It's Tuesday morning, 7 a.m, and we're making the switch for Banaue through Bontoc. Morning will be taken up on a transit, but the final destination today are the terrace fields of Banaue, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Wow. Well, I don't know, I haven't seen it yet, but it should be. Wow. The journey down from Sagada was rather chilly, but the low clouds provided some more stunning views. We tried to sit on the roof of the jeepney, but were not allowed by the driver, who said it was too dangerous for us, as clearly foreigners don't know what they're doing. He was probably right. I tried to grab some footage of the people sitting on the roof, but obviously this guy was very badly hurt by backpackers some time ago and not at all happy to be filmed. I thought it was a rather grumpy way to handle the camera, as I was only trying to show how people travel in the Philippines, not make fun of anyone. Fortunately, it started raining very soon afterwards and washed away all of his bad mood. The bus turned out to be a rickety conveyance, but we were super preoccupied with the vistas and not at all worried about the smell of burning brakes. Agriculture in the mountains inevitably results in terracing, which reduces erosion and surface runoff, and is the ideal option for growing crops such as rice, which requires a lot of water. We were getting into ever more vigorous mountains and could see ever more spectacular fields carved into the hillsides. At one point, the bus stopped at a scheduled lunch spot, and we immediately leaped out with our cameras. We picked up one of the crappiest buses to do this transit today, but the views are absolutely stunning. After getting to Banaue, we once again switched vehicles. We're in Banaue and we're making a transfer in a jeepney to Batad, where the views of the rice terrace is supposed to be much more impressive. However, the jeepney is going to take us only part of the way, and then we have to do a nice 45-minute hike, and that should be pretty interesting because it's quite sunny and hot out there. Whew. I was getting a little bit stinky on the inside, so I decided to go on the roof, and here's my travel companion.
Hey.
And she totally took the best seat in the house.
I did, it's very comfortable too.
I hate her. So it's slowly destroying my tailbone, but as you can see down here, this is as good as it's gonna get. Nice truck tire. And I'm going to throw up in a minute. This area is known for the rice terraces. There are about 2,000 years old, all carved by hand, and they actually made it onto the UNESCO World Heritage List. And so in a few years, this place can expect a massive influx of tourists, although you can see that for now, that influx is slowed by these very adventuresome roads, but it's good times. Hello, children. Due to turbulence, everyone has been asked to move inside the bus, and it's quite shaky. Nat, you're jiggling all over the place.
Oh, thank you for bringing that to my attention.
Me too. You're jiggling. Oh no. Okay, apparently we're experiencing the world's slowest and most dragged out crash. It's amazing. Everyone, crash position! Crash position! Incoming! Ah!
This death is so slow! It's actually quite bad.
Natalie lost control for real.
The road gradually got worse and worse until
And we're stuck. We're gonna have to push.
What is that? Is that engine? What is that?
Yeah, it's the transmission.
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 Shit!
Oh.
Al, just like the video in Mongolia.
You serious?
Yeah, we blew out the... Holy fuck, how much trannies am I gonna blow this year? That's right, I said that. You know this stuff is not scripted, so don't be too picky. We had a brief powwow with the driver and a new travel plan was made. With the breakdown and the road conditions, the rest of the trip is on foot. But we're only about an hour away from Batad, so it'll be alright.
But you're right.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, 9 o'clock. Okay, yeah. Coconut juice. We arrange and we have the small parts. Maybe if you like.
We've come up across the saddle and now we're descending down into Batad and already got a good dose of the views of the terraces. After 50 minutes or so, we made it to Rita's lodge and we're sitting here waiting for our snack, and that's the view behind me. Just phenomenal. You can see that all these rice paddies, the terraces, are in various stages of cultivation, which really adds to the kaleidoscope of color and action, and just an amazing sight. All night, yappity dog outside, since 7-8 a.m. Yappity kid outside, the room is full of smoke, and we have 3 people sleeping in a tiny little fucking telephone booth of a room. While fresh air should be plentiful here, the kitchen fire right below our window ensured that we had our minimum recommended daily dose of carbon monoxide. This place came highly recommended by the Lonely Planet for its all-around charm, and while the views outside are wicked, I'm not sure about the rest. We decided to go ahead and switch hotels, and this room is a definite improvement. How's the local rice, Alan?
Delicious.
Delicious?
Delicious.
Mauritius. After tasting some local rice, we headed out into the terraces to see how exactly it is grown here. It's been raining all night long and everything is quite slippery now, so it's interesting. Referred to by the Filipinos as the 8th wonder of the world, these rice terraces were carved out of the mountainside some 2,000 years ago. Batad and the neighboring Banaue rice terraces are located at approximately 1,500 meters above sea level and cover almost 11,000 square kilometers of mountainside. The caretakers of these terraces are the Ifugao people, the indigenous tribe whose culture revolves around rice production. For centuries they have put up an enormous effort into maintaining these labor-intensive fields, although now they are more and more keen on switching to tourism-related work as opposed to agriculture. Candy? I have no candy. I'll give you a high five. Shh! High five. Rice is a very thirsty crop and requires tremendous amounts of water, which, fortunately, is provided by the surrounding rainforest. However, drought is not uncommon, and occasionally these rice paddies do completely dry out. Took us ever deeper into the canyon and towards the incredibly inviting river. Nothing beats a swim on a humid and sticky day. Of course, keep in mind that in wet places such as this, especially near villages, water will be home to all kinds of germs and parasites.
Don't drink too much water.
Or this will happen to you.
After a visit to the waterfall, we beelined back to the guest house and once again run into the candy monsters.
I think I'm under attack. He's doing kung fu behind me. Every evening when the temperature drops, the clouds roll in and the place gets covered in water. Might have something to do with this being a rainforest, but tomorrow we'll get to hike through it, so it's not going to be so cool. This morning, big slog back to Manila. Walking up back to the saddle for about 45-50 minutes. We'll catch a jeepney back to Banaue, and at 6 p.m. there'll be a bus all the way to Manila, about 8 hours. We made it to the saddle as planned, and after waiting for half an hour for a jeepney, we learned from a local that they changed the schedule just now, and the jeepney only goes down from the saddle to Banaue on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays and Saturdays, and today being Thursday, it kind of fucked with our plans a bit, so now it's an extended hike down a wet mountain. Another one getting ready to get stuck. I think you're walking. Even though it appears from this angle that I'm running at an incredibly fast velocity, we're actually on top of a jeepney making our way to Banaue. Woo!
Because we're on the roof, we got a 100 peso discount.
Woo!
Yeah.
Hey, money, yeah.
After a few hours of bouncing on the roof, we got into Banaue, hopped onto a Manila-bound bus, and soon enough our brief visit to Luzon had reached an end.